Yo, boys, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the good old-fashioned Rogue Mage, and we're playing with the Truth. Now, I am on an alt, so I don't have any gear. We both don't have any gear, but we're going to press on regardless. And this first game is going to be Pharaoh Mage. Usually, you're just going to go Pharaoh Druid. Uh, Obviously, mages are really hard to kill, so yeah, we're gonna. I mean, Pharaoh is really hard to kill too, and like it's hard to kill when it's not a long end of game. So like if it's threes or something like that, and you have like the problem with the rogue mage is it takes a while to set up now, and fire mage isn't really good, and arcane is pretty trash. So your only option is frost, and frost takes time to set up, and then sub rogue obviously is gonna be pretty. You have your burst, but he's literally just healing through all my cooldowns. So it really just comes down to you guys just playing better. And as you can see, I'm already out of CDs. I've used everything in the opener, and this guy is still alive. Thankfully, my guy hits him with a fat ice lance, and we end up taking him out. He ends up fake casting. I didn't think anybody would actually. Actually, I think we just double kicked. No, man, no, I don't know what happened. I ain't gonna lie about that one. Um, but yeah, pretty much that's just that. These games were actually pretty solid. I think if we had two set and like obviously both of our two sets are really insane. Rogue two set you get like 70%. I don't. I'm pretty sure it's halved in PvP, so it's not gonna be 70, but he gets way more glacial damage, and I get way more shadow damage. So here we're gonna open the warrior, and then we're either gonna swap to the druid, or he's gonna get the druid out, and then we're gonna swap to the druid. So here he missed the ring, which kind of sucks. I blind here, he trinkets the blind, and then we're gonna instantly swap on the druid. I'm gonna basically just do full damage. He ends up ice novaing him, and the warrior doesn't even intervene. So this guy literally just gets 100 out. So he had time to trank, but again, if we had gear, that guy would have been toasted in like two globals. Um, Rogue Mage is the type of comp to where you have to know how to play against it in order to even if we don't have gear, we have a lot of experience with Rogue Mage, and even though we haven't played Rogue Mage in like an entire 2 seasons, um, we're still once you get to queuing, you kind of just get it's kind of like a normal thing. You just get the groove of what's going on. So yeah, we're gonna keep playing and get gear. Probably play threes too. I don't know we're gonna play threes wise, because Frost Mage Sub Rogue is probably pretty bad in threes. So our only option is Fire, or it's gonna be Assassination Frost Mage. I've seen that being played before, and I kind of like the idea. But you guys will have to let me know. What do you guys think is a good comp for? Should I play Outlaw? Should I play Assassination? Or should I play Sub? And should he play Fire or Frost? So here I blind him off the go. So here we're pretty much just getting every CD in the opener. I'm pretty much, it's an insane sheep. And I Shadowy Dode him right on it. And then I'm going to instantly kin him. So all he has is his trees to protect him. He gets a good intervene. So we're just going to kill the warrior. So here I re-cheap shot. And we end up taking out the warrior. So just an insane control of the game, and they're just sometimes you just get played like a fiddle. It's happened to me. It's happened to everybody. So this is a game to where had we had gear, they would have been toast. But that's usually most of our losses. As you can see, there's I think there was like 6 or 7 times where we get this guy off 2% and he doesn't die. So here he has a good Blade Storm. Honestly, I didn't really think people were gonna Blade Storm. Usually, if people do that, you just DB the warrior whenever you sap the healer. But we didn't really care enough to do that. Um, so here I just blind off his communion, and he ends up trinketing late, which was really bad for them. And he ends up almost dying in the opener. Honestly, again, if I had gear, there's a high chance that they just die in the opener there. He's lucky they didn't have the trinket. So here I kick his thing. This is where he should be 100% dead. So here I try to pre-smoke bomb, but he actually pre-knocks me. And I don't know how, but he actually lives my entire kidney. So he is at 60% HP, and he actually survives. Look at this. He actually lives. What world am I living in to where this guy actually survives? So he actually survives somehow. I don't know how it's possible, but that's how that goes. We got double trinket. My guy still has double block. So you'd think that we would win this game. We've gotten communion, double trinket, every CD in the game. So now I had the cheap shot all of his shields off. So here I try to get it. He actually insta stuns me. So now I either have to cheap shot it with Shadow Dance. So yeah, cheap, and that Kenny. So at this point he needs to cheap. Yep, good cheap. Unfortunately, it just broke instantly. So here he just intervenes. Again, when you're playing with a Frost Mage and you're playing with a Sub Rogue, you have to worry about your secret tech breaking or breaking CC, or you have to worry about your Frost Mage, because your Mage isn't going to be able to do damage uh, unless he's doing AoE. So here I got the comp points needed ready. Of course he has Trinket back. So here I just blind, we open. Thankfully we get Trinket, which kind of sucks because it's on my blades. And maybe I shouldn't have blades, but I didn't think he'd Trinket unless because if without my blades, or even with my blades, he probably doesn't have Trinket there, to be honest. So we get Trinket. The problem is now I don't have blades. And without my blades, I don't do any damn, obviously. So here I try to gouge the warrior, but obviously it's full DR'd, so thankfully I didn't, because we need that DR for right now. So here we open again. You think he would be dead here? Like this is the chance where he should be 100% dead, and he actually survives again. So that's 2 times in a row, to where this guy has somehow survived our go. And again, if we had gear, it would have been game over. I mean, this game was actually played very well. But again, it's like it comes to the point where sometimes this gear is it's kind of just above everything else. So here we get an insane ring. Again, we get a really good opener, and we just don't have the damage to take him out. So he just uses one of his 9 walls, and he lives for the 3rd time with 0 cooldowns. So this is the 3rd time in this game that he's survived. Somehow, it just doesn't make any sense. At this point, the game's pretty much over. That was our last chance to win. My guy's out of blocks, and I don't even have damage even if we were to go again. And they have Trinket back up because he has a 1-minute 30-second Trinket. So that's pretty much that. It was a good game, but yeah, it was close, but I don't even think it was close. It should have been over. It should have 100% over. That game was it was so one-sided that we should have easily won this game. This was like as much as not being salty about that one, but there's nothing they did that was an outplay that would be considered. He didn't pre-wall or anything. So to say that he actually pre-walled, that's done. He actually did that 3 times in a row, by the way, where he pre-walled 3 times in a row, but he did it. Look at this. So he walled and then he walls again, and he did that even off DR. He would literally wall while we're trying to do damage, and then he'd wall again, and then he'd wall again. Because you get 2 walls, and then you get that other wall that heals you. So here we faced these guys twice. We beat him twice. I'm pretty sure this Rogue's a streamer. I actually went to his stream, checked it out. He's running a one-shot build, which again is really bad. Playing a one-shot build it's too reliable on the players that you're facing. It comes down to if you're facing bad players. I don't even have my nameplates on for some reason, and I was like, bro, where's my target at, bro? So here I cheap shot this guy, not realizing that I can't even see this dude. I didn't even see him for the first. I didn't even know he was open for the first like 5 or 6 seconds. So here he trinkets, which is really bad for them. He should have 100% held trinket, and he trinketed in Shadowy Duel, which is the worst thing that you can do. If you were facing a rogue and you were doing it on the rogue, then you can trinket. You can never trinket to kill a mage because they have a block, and unless you get very lucky with killing them, it's not gonna happen. So here we're kind of far ahead. I have trinket. My guy has block. At this point, my guy also has burst. So all we need to do is open on this rogue and try to just kill him. Now I have to be really careful with my trinket. So the moment he stuns me, that's the only time I trinket. So here I open because I'm not gonna wait for the rogue to come out because I'm not a I'm not a crybaby man. I give you opener. So here I step his step and I pre-cloak his go. So here I'm like, okay, go mage, go mage. Because at this point we need to kill the mage. The mage has no block, and even if he does block, we just need to kill him through. So he has 5 seconds. At this point we're just gonna kill him, and I'm gonna kidney, and then I thought he was gonna sheep, so I stopped my disarm, and then I disarm. So I disarm him the moment he cheap shots, and then he's gonna full sheep, and pretty much we win the game all that. So overall wasn't too bad on their part, honestly, for the rating that we're at. Because we're not at a high rating. We're like at 1850 or 1900. But, You never full send a mage unless it is a fire mage. Fire mage is different because if you can get first block out of a fire mage, you're gonna be able to kill pretty quick. But you can't really do that versus a Frost. Frost has way too much. You got Blink Stun to go through, Alter Time. You have double block that you have to go through. It's only good to go Mage if they block offensively, which is I think what that Mage did. So here, this is a hard comp for us. Again, we don't have gear. Not to make it an excuse every time, but with certain comps, off your burst damage, you need gear. But here we end up getting bubble. We swapped the shaman. Unfortunately, I spaced the stun so to try to get damage off. And actually, no, it looks like he sanked it maybe. So here I shadow needle the ret and I try to get cooldowns. So we didn't get we got bubble there. That's all we got. And that kind of sucks, to be honest, because with these type of comps, it's all about long game, and you need to be getting cooldowns every go. So we still got bubble, but you have to get cooldowns every go with these type of comps. That's what makes these comps so broken with their cooldowns. Is Rogue Mage is a comp that dies really quick no matter what variation you play. It's not a comp that's necessarily good anymore, but if you play it really good, it can work. So here we get Trinket from the Ret. I reset, or he re-sheeps, and I'm going to cheap shot him here. So here we just pump. Now we get double Trinket. That's the go that we need. And we get land hands. Now we're going to run. My guy still has double block, and he has Alter Time coming back up. I'm just going to eat. Now all we need is we have our blades coming back up, and now we just need to do one more setup that's good. Whether it's a DB sheep on the... Usually what you want to do is you want to DB the ret, and then you want to cheap shot the shaman, and then you want to sheep the shaman into a cheap shot or kidney on the ret. Because if you cheap shot the shaman while the ret's not CC'd, if he's good, he's going to sink the shaman, and the guy's going to try to sheep, and he's going to get kicked to the ground. That's why I had him block here. I was like, yo, just block. I have blind, so at this point, your setup's going to be blind the healer, and then you're going to open on the ret, and then he's going to sheep off your blind. So I'm going to wait until he's out of a line here. So I blind, we end up going shaman, because I'm like, yo, he has bop. We have to go shaman right now. Because if we go ret, he's just going to bop my son. So here we smoke bomb and end up taking him out immediately. So an insane swap, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.